Hi everyone, this is Salvi coming to you with some VTuber news today. I do try to get you as much as I can, and of course I do hope I earn a subscription, and I do hope I earn a follow, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And of course be sure to do that before the video ends, and I do hope that you enjoy the things that I have for you. Aliciaxlife, Alicia VT, she has a humongous bit of news today. And it is the best news that you could ever hear from somebody. One of the best news you can hear from somebody. And I'm very, very happy to be somebody to push this news. She has beat cancer. She has won. Basically, Alicia won, cancer 0. That is the best score, the only score that really matters. And she also has a video going over it. I'm just going to go over the first minute or so where she kind of goes over it a little bit and explains it in the sense of just letting everyone know. Let's hear it from her own mouth and not from mine.
I have officially beaten cancer, and I got the news yesterday. I got the phone call and I freaked out so much that I was like in complete shock. So I wanted to make sure that I told all of my family and close friends first,
of course,
before I told you guys publicly, because otherwise it would be kind of awkward if they found out through a YouTube video. So
exactly.
I'm making it today, and I just want to say thank you so much for all of your love and support throughout everything. It has been a very challenging over the past 2 years. I've been fighting for a really, really long time, but I still can't believe it that we're actually here, and that I'm normal. that we did it. I did it, you know. And the first thing I really want to say is that I'm excited for kind of the next step in my life. As a lot of you may know from my channel already, is that I am engaged, and that I really want to have babies, and that I recently bought a house. Which, those things, when it comes to me fighting cancer and balancing my life, have been almost like undoable, right?
So it's good that she can finally start moving forward. Things like that, I cannot personally attest to how it feels, because I do not have that situation. I have not been in that situation, but I have had family. I have had family that has had cancer. And I have had neighbors who have gone through it and things like that. People close to me, people that I've been very, very close to, but not myself, of course. But still, it does seem like it would be something that would pause life overall, because you are fighting something. She fought the good fight. She fought really hard. It would not have been done without her struggling and fighting against all odds and doing everything she can to beat it. And she kicked its ass. I'll just be honest with you. She kicked its ass, and I'm so very happy to put this out there, because we all need some good news like this. She is a very good creator. She's a very kind creator. She is an amazing woman. She very glad that now she can continue on with her life, with her engagement, with wanting to create a family. She does have a house and all that kind of stuff, and I do wish her the best moving forward, of course. And once again, congratulations for beating cancer's ass. It never had a chance, but still, it's nice. In some huge news for anyone who is a Pekora fan, or a fan of Death Stranding, or a fan of Kojima, we have some huge news, as you can read right here. Usada Pekora, who is, of course, a member of Hololive Fantasy, the 3rd generation right here, a VTuber with Hololive 3rd generation Fantasy, has gotten into Death Stranding. As you know, or may not know, Hideo Kojima is a big Pekora fan. Pekora did go to Kojima Productions, did meet Kojima himself, and of course, he does have Pekora plushes and other things like that. He's been a big Pekora fan for a while, at least publicly he has. Now she is a part of Death Stranding 2 on the beach. She's going to collaborate with them. She is going to be one of the operators, I believe one of the, preppers that they have there. And this is, of course, something that Hideo Kojima and Kojima Productions have put out an actual sneak peek at what she's going to be. So let's take a look right here. There's, of course, him walking out. A familiar voice. And there she is, in all of her glory. That's awesome. It's short, but still, it's amazing. Oh my goodness. This makes me want to play the game just for that. Just to get to that point. Like, if you could, like, even if it's a DLC thing, I'll freaking buy DLC for that. I'll buy DLC for that. That is awesome. I never really expected Pekora or any other VTuber to be inside of Death Stranding, period, or be part of Death Stranding 2. But it is Hideo Kojima. He does as he pleases, and it is his company doing it. So, of course, I know Sony's not going to have a problem with that, or any other people that are, bankrolling this are going to have any issues with that, because it's going to bring more people to play your game. It is amazing. I'm so happy to see this, and of course, big congratulations to our wonderful war. You know what she's called usually. I can't say it because of YouTube, but yes, you love to see it. I love to see it, and she is very happy with this one here, as you can see. It is amazing to just see how happy she seems right here. And of course, she's probably very giddy inside. Love to hear it. We have some good news in regards to Unnamed, Usan, whatever you want to call them. They are, of course, someone who does a lot of singing, has had a lot of singing projects, a lot of collabs with a lot of different people, Holostars and other people as well. And they have a bunch of friends everywhere. And of course, the reason why I'm talking about them right now is because recently they did have a 2D anniversary, live 2D anniversary, and also a 3D rock concert, I believe. And this was, of course, something that they have put out a video in regards to that. And of course, down here, you will see other people putting out, other stuff about them, other videos, other things out there of parts of their concert. Like here, for example, they did Shanti, Unnamed, Trails of Flame, one-man live video. It was a concert that they had done. And of course, let's listen to a little bit of it. I can't play too much of it, as you know, because whenever it comes to these songs, I have the worst luck in the world, and I always get copyright struck by the company who owns the music. So that's why I can only show even a little bit of it, even if it's them singing it, them covering it, them doing it, put whatever, and live music, the melody or whatever will get me hit. So here is just some of what they did, just kind of showing you a little bit of it with some background that they had there, of course. And of course, Shanti themselves there, what I just showed you a little bit of. And of course, having a live band in any kind of concert does take a lot of time, energy, money to organize everything, have them learn the set list, have them learn everything that's going on, and also sync everything properly, especially with it being a 3D. Most likely they're backstage. Most likely, there's going to be a tiny bit of input delay, tiny bit of delay there with voice and things like that. But for these types of concerts, it usually works best if they are actually at the location or very, very close, because, of course, like I said, that will diminish the amount of delay that you have. So far, it has gotten 11K views, and it's going to continue getting more because, of course, Usan Unnamed does amazing work with any kind of the music that they do. So yeah, the screaming, everything like that, they do an amazing job. So big congratulations for Usan for having a successful concert and, of course, putting out amazing music like they always do. Namco US, as you have remembered, if you remember, is trying to, they have a whole thing going on with teams and things like that. It is a bit of a small tournament, a small competition. I don't think there's any cash prizes or anything like that. But Night Reign is going to launch on the 30th. So they want to have a little bit of, people figuring out what's going to be happening. They did have a beta test earlier this year, I believe. But recently, they have these people, which is, all the people mentioned here. They're going to be doing, Zentreya is the team captain of one of the teams. They have several teams. I think Saikuno is also in there, which is another VTuber. LImealicious, Zentreya, and Dokibird are going to be in this one. They are currently live. And of course, they are going to be doing the early access of Night Hunt event on Zentreya's team. Be the team's Bowman, Pew Pew. And here they are. They're just waiting right now.
It's like flexion based that I didn't really want to like experiment with learning it in the time that we had, so I don't play him.
Yeah, the guy, yeah, that guy seems
Just
cool.
like
He
uses
seems like
a
he does a
cursed
lot
sword.
of. He seems like he does a lot of damage too. In general.
So this seems to be a points-based system. This seems to very much
This
be.
thing already, but we didn't.
And here
We
you
didn't
go.
have time to do
You have the
that.
night hunt. You have them talking about the night hunt in the background there.
So some teams already know, like, all that was their first time trying to fight that boss. So our first time seeing all the movesets.
They are going on a points-based system from what it looks like. And of course, Zentreya is uncommercial for me, but they are going on a points-based system for who beats what boss, how many bosses they beat. And Dokibird was saying earlier that they are actually going through and allowing like some teams are actually fighting more bosses. Like for right now, Team Blue was fighting. They're doing some highlights of the teams, the bosses they were fighting, all the monsters that they had to go through. As you can see here, a lot of stuff that they had to go through. And some of them had to fight more bosses than others. Some of them didn't run into a lot of bosses. Some of them ran into a ton of bosses. So, you know, things like that. But it's very, very nice to see. And of course, huge for Dokibird, LImealicious, and Zentreya, all to be invited to this big event. As I had mentioned in a previous episode of my news section, Hololive's first generation is having their 7th anniversary, has had their 7th anniversary. And of course, to commemorate that, this VTuber enjoyer here, Husuri, has decided to draw in chibi form others. This is basically Mel, who is of course no longer with the group. This is Fubuki. This is Matsuri, Ero God Matsuri, and of course they have the Sukebe thing in the back, I believe. And I think that's the actual sound, the name of it. You have Hachama, who has the the other ones here. And of course they all look like trolling in the background. Very cute. And of course that is Aki Rosenthal, who recently got 1 million. This is all of them together on their secondary, the background ones. This takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of time, and a lot of dedication to go through and do this. This is why I like showcasing these little things here and there, because yes, they do take a lot of time, they do take a lot of effort, they do actually show the kind of love and appreciation that people have for Hololive. And of course, they've done other things as well, as you can see here, but this is their art style. And I'm very glad to say that they did this for Hololive's first generation, who's been there since 2018, for 7 years now. It's insane how long they've been there. But I'm glad that the majority of them are still around. And Mel is still off, of course, as Rika. And I do mention it because she is graduated. She's like graduated / terminated, but whatever. Since she's no longer going to be coming back to Hololive, I do want to mention that Mel is Rika, Ricah, I believe. Rika-chan. So if you do want to find them, find the vampire again, you can go to Rika. She's not a vampire again at this point. So of course, just let them know that yes, they are, to let you know that yes, they are there. And make sure to mention them just as Rika. Rika is just Rika. So of course, that is my appreciation for all of them. Congratulations for having that 7th anniversary. And thank you, Husri, for actually putting that out there. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. Why do I do this? Because I love VTubing, and I want it to be a positive space. I want to continue the positivity. We have done over 600 so far of these VTuber Showcases, and I have no plans of stopping anytime soon. Of course, I'm going to continue giving this positivity out as much as I can, and I will continue to do this. Especially today, we have CountessLita, who is an ancient internet spider vampire VTuber. Interesting idea. And here we go. Lita, ancient internet vampire, streaming 2 to 4 times weekly, RPGs, action, retro, the weird stuff, educational chat, and geeky unboxings. And let's take a look at one thing that they've done recently, which is, of course, mouthwashing. I know who's Lila? It looks like mouthwashing for a bit, but this is Who's Leela, which is a game I've never played.
What is going on?
The one on the right looks like a serial, you know what.
Could you imagine if you just saw credits and were like, "Huh, I guess that's the game." Wait, I can talk.
This
to
is
the
like
wheel?
very much. This is very much like in the vein of like the old school point and clicks of Space Quest. I believe Space Quest was one of those, and you also had the old Indiana Jones games, the old LucasArts Indiana Jones games with way back in the day, like Atlantis and all those other ones. Looks very nice. Now let's take a look over here at her YouTube side, where she does put her videos out there. Made real cake from mouthwashing live on stream. And then you go how do video games depict America. All these different discussions here. And also her live streams as well are pretty much VODs here, in the sense that's always great. Because like as I mentioned before, Twitch is deleting a lot of the larger VODs, a lot of the VODs from a long time ago. It's actually deleting them from the server. So it makes it a lot harder to figure out what the heck is going on. So yeah, it is, of course, best to keep it here on here and, have it backed up somewhere else just in case. Thank you so much, CountessLita, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you so much for watching. That is all the news that we have for today. Please let me know down below if you want to know any more news or if you have any comments regarding anything that you saw here, which I will try my best to respond to. I love seeing your comments down below. Of course, as well, like and subscribe to the channel. That will give you more information every single day. I do 2 videos a day, so hopefully you enjoy.